Hi everyone, Scott with CyberScribe.org, and in this video I'm going to show you how to set up and configure extended access control lists. So in a previous video I set up standard access lists, and those filter by IP address. So let's say we wanted to filter all traffic from VLAN 10, and that's what you would do with a standard access list. An extended access list allows you, it moves from layer 3 to layer 4. So what we would be able to do with an extended access list is to say VLAN 10, we want port 443 traffic, secure HTTP, we want that traffic to cross. We do not want to port 80 or regular HTTP traffic to cross. Okay, so you can filter by ports and those different services. So it's with that you can do a lot more with the extended list, so there's a lot more granularity to it. So what we'll do is let's get started, and I'll kind of walk you through what I'm doing and explaining as I go. Just looking real quick at the show running configuration here, just to show you I don't have anything up yet, but keep in mind that I'm using VLANs, so I am using sub interfaces. So when we applied the access lists previously, we applied it to say Gigabit Ethernet 01. That's because we weren't using sub interfaces. We are using sub interfaces here, so I'm going to have to apply my access lists on the sub interface. Let's talk about where they're going to be applied here. So in the standard access list, I said the destination is the closest to the destination is where you want to place the list. Well, with the extended access list, it's the opposite. So with the extended list, you want to place it closest to the source as possible. So we're going to be locking down the administrator and workstation VLANs. So the closest we're going to be doing here is R1, and if you take a look, Gigabit 01 or Serial 000, where is it going to go? Well, it's going to go on Gigabit 01 because it's not going to have to process all that traffic and use the router CPU before it drops it. It sees it, it matches it, or it doesn't, and then it drops it immediately. So it saves some on the router processor for that. Okay, so let's get started, and I'll just kind of walk you through as I go. So first thing we need to do is go, and I'll just do some context-sensitive help here. So IP access list and extended, and let's see what else. You can give it a number from starting at 100, or you can go with a word. I'm just going to do a word because with a word you can kind of explain a little more what you're doing. You want it in all caps though. Okay, IP access list extended lockdown. Now you see we're in a place where we can add the statements there. So let's just start adding a couple, and I'll walk you through as I go. Context sensitive help. So sequence number, if you don't put it in, you're going to start at 10, and then every statement goes up 10. So 10, 20, 30. We're just going to do that. Just be aware of that. Okay. Permit, deny, remark is your comment. So we're going to permit the first one, and we're going to say here, what kind of packets do you want to permit? We're going to say TCP. And anytime I'm going through this, and if I'm seemingly going through this too fast, pause the video and just make sure you have it on the highest quality. And you can see, if you really want to look and see what you can do, this is where you do it. Also be aware this is Cisco packet tracer, so there's probably, on some of these things, there's more options than what you're being shown here. This is a router simulator. I'm using it just because it's a little easier to set up the web server that we're going to be trying to contact later. But just be aware that there's in some of these there's probably more options than are shown here. Okay, so permit TCP. Now what we're going to do is source address. So we're going to start with the administrator VLAN, so 192.168.10.0, and the wildcard mask. Okay, and then let's go, and basically after that, destination address. That's what you're going to want to do. You can do you can sort the traffic if you want to get really granular, saying like, well, permit from the source of 192.168.10.0 port 80 traffic going to this traffic on a different port. But what we're going to do, and what I think you're going to do most of the time, is you're going to go permit type of packet, which is TCP, source, and you have there's your source with your wildcard mask, and then destination. So let's just go destination. We're going to say 10.0.0.2, and we want to match that exactly. So there's that. And then let's do the sensitive help again. So you have a couple options how to match it. You can equal, which I'm going to do here. You can do greater than, less than. You can do a range of ports. So you have a lot of options here. I'm just going to do equals port 80. So let me just go through this one more time. Okay, permit. So you're going to permit the traffic. What kind of traffic? TCP traffic. What address? 192.168.10.0, and it's going to match all this whole subnet here. Okay, and then that's the source right there. Okay, destination is right here, and your wildcard mask is all zeros, so you're going to match exactly that address. And then if it equals port 80 HTTP traffic, you're going to allow it. Okay, let's enter. I'm just going to do the next one. I'm not really going to explain too much. So permit TCP 192.168.10.0. Okay, and now I'm going to say any, because then this is going to be traffic to anywhere as long as it equals port 443. Okay, so the administrator is going to be able to contact that web server over HTTP, and it's going to be able to go anywhere with HTTPS. Next one we're going to do, we're going to say permit. We're going to move to the workstation one. So permit TCP 192.168.20.0, and we're going to say any equals as long as it's 443. So we only want secure web traffic here. Okay, I forgot to do that equals EQ 80. All right. Let's see. Hold on. Where did I screw it up here? Permit TCP. Okay, let's permit TCP 192.168.20.0.0.0.0.255 any equals 443. Okay, I don't know what the deal was with that up there, but if you get those issues, just type it again or go along with that context-sensitive help. It really helps you out with that. Okay, so now let's just do real quick. Do a do show access list. Okay, so there you see 10, 20, and 30. Okay, that's how they're ordered. Next thing we're going to do, let's just go and do a deny statement. So we're going to say deny IP 192.168.20.0. So we're really locking down that workstation network. And we're going to say any and just leave it at that. Okay. So IP traffic is all IP Internet Protocol traffic. So anything going from 192.168.20 to anywhere else, if it doesn't match port 443, it's not going. And keep in mind too that there's an implicit deny there. So let's do it again. You see it's up there. Okay. We're done with the access list, but now we have to apply it. So remember, sub-interfaces, because I'm using the VLANs, so let's do that. Let's go interface go1.10, and we're going to say IP access group, and we're going to say lockdown in, and then exit interface go1.20 IP access group lockdown in. Alright, now it should be good to go, and it should be done, ready to test it out. What's nice with the access lists here is that it's done in real time, so you make a change and it works right away. You don't have to reload or do anything like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to test on the workstation. We're going to see if we can access the server, the web server there, with regular HTTP traffic. So let's go http://10.0.0.2. Okay, let's take a look and just show you go. It's not working. It's not connecting. Why is it not connecting? It's not connecting because it's only allowed on that 443 and it's denied everywhere else. Okay, so now let's do HTTPS and let's take a look. There you go. Like I said, I'm using Packet Tracer, so this is their just basic homepage there. But the point is, you can access it there. Now let's go to the other one. And remember, the first statement was a 10 permit as long as it's port 80. So let's do that. Let's just go http:// 10.0.0.2. And if these are if the font here is a little smaller, just try to get the highest quality. This is kind of the best I can do with how these things show up here. But anyways, there you go. And that is HTTP because we have that first statement, number 10 statement. Okay? And HTTPS, of course, that's going to work as well. All right. Okay, and let me just go. Let's say we want to ping 10.0.0.2. Destination host unreachable. Why is that? Well, it's because there's an implicit deny at the end of this. Okay, so even here, I denied IP traffic, but I did that on the workstation subnet. I didn't do it on the administrator subnet, but the administrator subnet still cannot ping, okay, because of that implicit deny. So in the next video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to kind of work around that implicit deny and make so you can ping, and just do a little bit more exercises with these extended access lists. So right now you got the proof of concept here and how it works. So okay, so if you want, you can just take a look at the commands that I did here and replicate them yourself, get them to work for you, and you'll be good to go. So that's all I had for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.